All right. My name is Anirudh, and I'm one of the member of technical staffs with Agentic AI at UIUC. As y'all know, I started an initiative to build open source AI agents for any UIUC student to contribute to, and I wanted to show the latest AI agent that I just finished building, and it's called vaultra, and it's a portmanteau of Vault and Orchestra, which is an AI funding readiness agent for small businesses. The reason why I felt like this was so important is because most startups don't know how fundable they are until a lender or investor turns them down. And that is a big deal because you spent so much time getting your business ready, getting your pitch ready, getting your presentation ready, all this stuff just get turned down for a loan. And it feels like a waste of time. It feels like rejection. It feels like a stab in the heart. But to prevent that, I basically built Valtra, and it's going to help you prepare for these significant business milestones. My bad, like loans and investments ahead of time. So the power of this really comes from a software called Intuit QuickBooks. Intuit is one of the is a pretty big software company out there. I believe another big product they have is TurboTax, which you can do to like file your taxes via Intuit. They also have many other like things. They have Credit Karma as well. Um, but QuickBooks is another really big thing that Intuit has. And QuickBooks is essentially a cloud-based accounting software that companies can use to track their revenue, their expenses, their invoices, and their payroll. And it's just something that many small and medium businesses use. It's just a very nice platform to be able to track that accounting details. And if you've done an internship at a company before, chances are you have probably used Intuit QuickBooks to get paid. So you've probably seen your paychecks via Intuit QuickBooks. You've probably like even got your taxes and stuff via QuickBooks, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I know I was like that too. I also got my paychecks via QuickBooks. So it just goes to show that many small and medium businesses are using QuickBooks. And the reason and the way where this AI agent comes into play is it's all about turning that raw accounting data that you got from QuickBooks into an agent that gives you a clear funding readiness score along with a narrative and a concrete plan that actually prepares you for big investments that are coming up. And a lot of this you could do with a full time or part time CFO, but that's very expensive to hire. And a lot of small businesses and startups just simply can't afford that. So that's why having an AI agent that does it for you is going to be a lot more cost effective in the long run. So that's pretty much that. At the bottom line, it connects you directly to Intuit QuickBooks, and it pulls all your data from QuickBooks using the Intuit QuickBooks API, and it's able to compute your funding readiness score, which obviously, like I said, tells you if you're ready for big business loans or investments. And then it also surfaces the metrics that lenders care about. So it's really trying to see, okay, here's what you should focus on to improve your business so that you're ready for investors. And also, you also get an AI advisor or a chatbot in layman terms that you can use to talk about your business to further scale it and be ready for big loans in the future. So I'm going to go ahead and give the brief walkthrough. I think I've explained it enough. There it is. Okay, so this is just the overview page. You get to see like how your business is at a glance. Obviously, I can't do anything because I haven't connected my business via Intuit QuickBooks yet. My metrics just tell me my financial metrics over time. My recommendations will give me like stuff I can do to improve my funding readiness score later. Um, I can have an AI agent to talk about things, what I can do to further improve my business with natural language processing. And then I have settings which I can use to manage my integration with QuickBooks. So obviously I can't do any of this without QuickBooks. So I'm going to go ahead and connect to my QuickBooks business. Um, it's giving me the authentication to connect to QuickBooks. So we're going to click connect. And we can see that it has pulled all of my accounting information essentially. So it's pulled the total revenue that I have earned as a business. It has pulled the monthly revenue that I've gotten, the chargeback ratio, my sales, and all of the important key details you need in a business. And an AI agent, this AI agent with vaultra, is using all of these details in order to calculate you a funding readiness score, which will tell you if you are ready for those future loans, like I mentioned earlier. So that's the core of it. And you can see in this example of this mock startup that I have created, we can see that it can still improve. It still needs more time to be able to get more revenue. It needs to get more time to increase its sales through advertising and whatnot. And that is what's going to help it be ready for loans and investments in the near future. And obviously, I think this is very relatable if you've seen Shark Tank before. Shark Tank works in a very similar way because they are investors. Kevin O'Leary, Barbara, they're all just investors. Or Damon, like all those people are Mark Cuban, like they're all just investors. And if they want to invest in your company, they need to be really, really, really sure that your company will not be screwed. So that's why that's why this is so important because it's going to prepare you to make sure you are successful if you were to go on Shark Tank with this business. And obviously, if this business was to go on Shark Tank, it's not really likely to be confirmed that there would be a good investment out of it. Um, so yeah, that's pretty much that. We can see our metrics. We can see how our business behaved over time in terms of revenue and payout and whatnot. So that's all of that. We can just see that in a nice visual UI UX um, in a graph way. We also get recommendations, which if we have a very, very poor funding readiness score, the agent will tell us what we can do to improve our funding readiness score. So it's going to just give you tips. Right now, it doesn't do much. There's not really anything much we can do other than just constantly advertise more and be able to improve our sales. Um, and then I already went through settings. We already connected with QuickBooks, but we can click disconnect if we don't want to connect to QuickBooks anymore. And then we can also interact with our AI advisor. We can see, I think the most important question we can ask is what metrics really matter to investors? And that's really important because if I was to get ready to do an investment, or if I was getting ready to pitch to an investor, like especially like YC is one of the big ones, I would need to be able to really, really show that I am having good revenue. I am making stable revenue. I am having good sales. My quarterly annual rates are good. My annual quarter rates are pretty good. All of that kind of stuff that measures how well a company does in a sense. So yeah, I mean the AI advisor tells you the key financial metrics that investors focus on, and this gives you the information that you can use to be able to be like, oh yeah, this is cool. So I can focus on these details in order to be ready for future investments that I may be a part of, or future loan opportunities that I may be able to take. And if those come, I need to be ready for them to be approved. And that's what this agent does. And that's why I thought it was really cool to build something like this.